Okay, folks, buckle up. Because today we're going full send into the world of racing simulators.
Yeah.
Specifically,
Yeah.
the dark arts of tire models.
The magic behind the grip.
You know that feeling you get, right? When you're like clipping an apex perfectly?
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, man, this game feels so real.
It's amazing how they do it, right?
It's the tire models.
It really is.
It's all that math and physics happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, all those algorithms and stuff.
And there's one concept that I think is super fascinating.
Okay.
That's absolutely vital to making these sims feel so realistic.
Right.
And that's combined slip.
Oh, yeah. Definitely combined slip.
So,
It's where the rubber meets the road, literally.
literally, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to do a deep dive today into combined slip and how it affects everything from braking to cornering to acceleration.
Should be fun.
So to get us started, let's just make sure we're all on the same page here. When we talk about combined slip, we're really talking about two main types of slip, right?
Yeah, we've got our lateral slip
Lateral slip,
and our longitudinal slip.
longitudinal slip.
Yep. Two sides of the same coin.
Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
So maybe you can help us out here and just break these down in like simple
Yeah.
terms
Yeah.
for the folks at home.
Let's start with lateral slip.
Okay.
Imagine.
This is the fun one, right?
This is the fun one. This is like you're driving along,
Yeah.
hit a patch of ice,
Oh no.
and suddenly your car starts to slide sideways,
Whoops.
even though your wheels are pointed straight.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, where are we going?
Right, that's lateral slip.
Okay.
Your tires are basically moving at an angle to the direction you're trying to go.
Yeah, okay. So like the car's drifting, essentially.
Exactly like drifting, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, get it.
Controlled chaos.
Controlled chaos.
Yeah.
All right, what about longitudinal slip?
All right, so longitudinal slip, this is more about like acceleration and braking.
Okay.
So picture this. You're at a stoplight.
Light turns green.
Light turns green, you slam on the gas,
Yeah.
and your tires start spinning.
Oh, yeah.
That's longitudinal slip.
Wow.
They're rotating faster than the car's actually moving forward.
Gotcha. So it's like,
Or the opposite.
Yeah.
If you slam on the brakes and they lock up,
yeah.
that's also longitudinal slip, but in the opposite direction.
Okay, so we've got like the sideways slip and the forwards and backwards slip.
Exactly.
Got it.
Two dimensions of tire slip.
Okay, so how does grip come into play with all of this slip stuff?
Okay, so here's the thing.
All right.
Both lateral and longitudinal slip, they actually influence how much grip your tires have.
Interesting.
But there's a catch.
There's always a catch.
There's a sweet spot for both types of slip,
A sweet spot, okay.
where you get the maximum grip.
So like you don't want zero slip
Not exactly, no.
and you don't want like a ton of slip.
Too much slip, and
Yeah.
you're just sliding around,
Right.
losing control. So there's this ideal range in between.
All right.
For lateral slip, it's called the slip angle.
Okay.
And for longitudinal slip, it's called the slip ratio.
So you're saying there's this like Goldilocks zone.
Yeah, exactly like a Goldilocks zone for grip.
For grip, I love that.
Not too much slip, not too little, just right.
I'd say.
And that's where the tire models in racing simulators,
Yeah.
they really come into play.
They're working hard.
They're trying to emulate those slip curves.
So can you explain what a slip curve is?
Yeah, so basically imagine a graph.
Okay, I like visuals.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So on one axis, you have the slip angle or the slip ratio.
Okay.
And on the other axis, you have the amount of grip.
Gotcha.
And as you increase the slip, you'll see the grip goes up at first,
Okay.
but then it reaches a peak.
Like a little hill.
Yeah, like a little hill, and then it starts to drop off.
Okay.
So the tire models, they're trying to recreate that curve as accurately as possible.
So they're trying to model how much grip you have
Exactly.
at any given slip angle or slip ratio.
At any given moment, yeah.
That's pretty intense.
That's a lot of math.
It's a lot of math going on behind the scenes.
But it's what makes those sims feel so good.
So we've talked about like this optimal slip zone
Right.
for maximum grip,
Yep.
but can a tire really do it all at once?
That's a great question.
Like, can it brake, accelerate, and corner
all at its best.
all at its absolute best at the same time?
That's where we run into the concept of finite grip.
Finite grip
Well, so tires, they have a limited amount of grip available.
at any given time.
Exactly. It's like a budget.
A budget. Okay, I like this analogy.
You've got a certain amount of money,
Dollars?
grip dollars, exactly.
Okay.
And you have to decide how to spend it.
Spend it wisely.
Do you want to spend it on braking,
Yeah.
accelerating, or turning?
Or drifting.
Or drifting.
All right, so how does this play out
Okay.
in like a real racing scenario?
Right. So let's say
Yeah.
you're coming up to a tight corner.
Okay, love a good hairpin.
Love a hairpin. You're going fast.
Yeah.
You hit the brakes hard,
Yeah, glowing red hot.
glowing red hot.
Okay.
What's happening is that braking force is using up a chunk of your grip budget,
Okay.
leaving you with less grip for turning into that corner.
So even if I'm braking perfectly,
Even if you're braking perfectly,
it's still going to impact my cornering ability.
absolutely, because you're essentially trading some cornering grip for braking power.
Interesting.
And if you overdo it on the brakes,
Yeah, you're going to
risk understeer.
understeer, the dreaded understeer.
The car wants to go straight,
Yeah.
even though you're turning the wheel because you've used up too much grip on braking.
So that's why sometimes easing off the brakes a little bit
Exactly.
can actually help you turn in more smoothly.
You're giving some of that grip back to the front tires.
Back to the front tires for cornering.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Cool.
What about the other way around?
Okay.
So you're exiting a corner.
Right, you're powering out.
You get on the gas a little too aggressively.
Oh yeah, we've all been there.
What happens then?
That's when oversteer comes into play.
Oversteer?
The back end starts to slide out
What?
because you're putting too much power down.
Too much power.
Those rear tires can't handle it.
They're overwhelmed.
Yeah, they're spinning.
Okay.
That wheel spin eats away at their cornering grip.
So it's basically the same principle as braking,
It is.
just in reverse.
Just in reverse.
You're using up grip for acceleration.
Yep.
Which leaves you with less for cornering.
You got it.
And I imagine the tire models
Oh yeah.
have to simulate this.
They gotta get it right.
So how do they actually do it?
Well, it gets pretty complicated,
I bet.
but basically they use all sorts of algorithms.
Fancy math.
Fancy math, yeah.
Okay.
To calculate how the grip changes
Got
based on how much slip is happening
So they're constantly adjusting the amount of grip available
in real time.
based on what the player's doing.
Exactly. So if you're braking hard
The model knows that you're using up some of your grip budget.
and it reduces the grip available for turning.
Exactly. And the same goes for acceleration.
It's pretty amazing how they can model all of that.
It is. It's a testament to the developers.
It really is.
Yeah.
So the next time you're out there on the virtual track,
Yeah.
really pay attention to the feel of the tires. Try experimenting with different braking points and throttle application.
See how the car reacts.
See if you can sense those shifts in grip
It's all about feeling it out.
and how they affect the car's behavior.
Yeah.
It's all about finesse.
Finesse, for sure.
So that's combined slip in a nutshell.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground.
It's a complex topic, but hopefully we've shed some light
pun intended.
on how it works
Yeah.
and how it makes racing simulators so realistic.
I think we did all right.
Yeah. I had fun.
Me too. Until next time, keep those tires on the black stuff.
And stay glued to the track.
You got it.
Later.